Alright, and we are here now for the first episode of Act 4 here in Universe Zero. Gonna only be 4 parts to this one, I think. Unless I do the episodes like 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, which would be kind of dumb. I just drank. I just had some stuff to drink. I just had some drink. Okay, English, can we please cooperate here? I just had a drink, so my throat is congested. That is the proper English for that sentence, and I don't know why that was so difficult. So the vehicle that Raceman's sitting in, I don't know how he keeps getting access to all of these fancy cars, but this is literally the 2017 vehicle that Ferrari entered in Formula 1 competition. Almost won the championship with this car, but Mercedes. Mercedes F1 cars are in Gran Turismo Sport, not here. Then we have the Renault F1 car, which Renault isn't even on this game, but they are on Forza 7. And Red Bull is on the crew too, so... Unfortunately, my favorite racing game right now, Project Cars, doesn't have any. And then F1 2018 just came out last Friday, and it has every F1 car, excuse me. Okay. We're just gonna pretend that that did not happen and there was not a 100-lap race ahead of us. That would have been not what we wanted, so... Yeah. Okay, so I think based off of the testing... this order might not really change too much. The only things I think that I can really see going downhill would be, I don't think Swoopy Doo will stay there, and I don't think, Twin Mill is going to stay as high as it is. It would be kind of hard for it to around this track. Kind of tight and technical. What? I can't hear you! God. I should start picking such noisy cars. You compare this thing to my car, and it's just pathetic. Ryan Storm gets off the gate first. Swoopy Doo will have an incredible advantage in speed, but it can never use any of that speed to good effect because it has such bad handling. It'd be like the heavy class, or like Mega Dewey or something. And then Twin Mill is kind of more of the same, except slower and a little bit better to control. I think this one's 4-wheel drive, but Swoopy Doo isn't. That control, well, obviously doesn't matter because AIs can't spin out unless they're hit by someone else. It does matter in the way that, what's it called? They can get on the gas earlier. Blossom fell back a little bit off the starting line, and Otto's car will basically be in theory is almost overpowered because it actually has some good speed, faster than most of the GT cars here, and doesn't lose any handling out of it, but it actually does. Plus the acceleration isn't nearly as good as the GT cars is. Gearheads in this classic Grand Prix races are from 1960 or something. I don't remember when it was from. I cannot get this stuff out of my throat, and I would like it to get out, but it's not gonna, as it seems. Gearhead's car has some some good power, but it doesn't really have too much control, being on a suspension and chassis system from 1965. This like GT car here, and there's plenty of them on the field, which is kind of generic GT. Here's one, here's one, here's one, this is one, this is one, this is one, this is one, and this is the last one. So 9 of the 15 cars in this race have this kind of GT3 or GT2 car, which they're all mostly the same as far as performance. There's some small differences. For example, this car has the highest top speed of all the different GT cars, but it just doesn't have the same handling. Same with Ford's Mercedes up there, but this one has the good balance between the two, and this one is known for having better handling but lacking top speed. And then we have Alex, which I didn't cover yet. Alex's car is kind of the happy medium between the GT cars and like twin mill. A little slower, but it has better like design, so it handles better. I didn't cover yet. Well, yeah, there's myself, which is the slowest car on the grid, but also has by far the best handling. As you can see right now, I'm right on top of Ryan Storm in my Formula 3 ripoff. But as soon as we get to the straightaway, bye-bye Storm. Whoa, hello, Gearhead. He didn't get very far, but he appeared. That's like a brain lapse there. Oops. Like an entire 2 minutes without commentary. That's professional of me. As ever. watching Alex here reminds me that there's another idea that I had earlier today. I don't know how well it would work. I don't know if it would work as well as this has. Now you can see the top speed difference, but none of them ever want to actually attack because there's not much room here. But the idea was basically that, like, well, this is the only game I have where you can name your opponents and then watch them drive. This isn't the only game where you can name yourself. And one idea that I had would be to name myself in one of the games. I was thinking the new F1 game that just came out. Like perhaps name the character Alex, you know, Alex Wojciechowski, or like Ryan Storm, or something like that. And this would probably only ever happen after any kind of like color-coded team event happens. That I would then like play as the character through like a season or whatever of the game. So close to Storm, but I just don't have the power to get around him. Ever. So unless my AI tries some risky maneuver into the final corner, if I'm even close enough, which I would hope I would be, Ryan has just this race won the race, more or less. And I'm not really close enough because he has so much more power. Ryan Storm back from break with the burning vengeance. Otto takes the last podium position. I'm now being messaged repeatedly on PlayStation. Super do with 6 just because it has so much speed that nothing can ever get around it when it gets to a straightaway before being passed. As you can see, there was a large train of like 3 cars behind him. Yeah, Twin Mill is orange again, I know. You think he's red, but I really don't exactly care. The thing is, the lap times are also even with the GT3 cars, minus Ryan, and Blossom, but that also mean that in some sort of race where they're at the front, it'd be kind of uncommon for them to pass each other, meaning that this might actually get more boring than even Act 2 was, but the championship fight will actually remain interesting, because as long as the random grid keeps putting people in different places, the finishing results should shuffle around. Now we move on to Black Cat County, and which I'm surprised I don't stumble upon more. Like, as in, like, fail to speak the words. This is one like Clackbat Bounty or something. Black Cat, Clap. I can't even say it wrong correctly. But I just know if I said it too fast, I'll probably say like Black County or something. Black County, I don't know. As my cat just like sonic spin dashes up the staircase in the background. Not sure if the mic picked that up. He went upstairs. You pee again? Yeah. Our cat is a pain in the butt. He just keeps peeing everywhere. This is a track where cars like Scooby-Doo should actually do something besides just block the track. Though now, of course I was going to say that, he starts in 13th. And is walled in by me and the Angels. You're thinking, oh, that's some nice damage you have there. Gearhead is like... Gearhead's like, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to win for the first time and just run. This is good, not debut race, but secondary debut race for Madison. This is a very big group of people here. Someone's gonna have a collision, I can just feel it. I'm kinda hoping on it too, because this race might need a bit of excitement, a bit of drama in it, as you will. There's your drama. No, I did not say that. Okay, I did not want to spectate that car. Exactly sure what happened here, just for another second when Auto smacks into Gearhead here. That was honestly his fault. That was 100% Gearhead's fault in my head. He locked the brakes and then swerved back into Auto. And I was just trying to, like, process what just happened, more or less. Scooby-Doo, I said you'd be better here, and you're instead doing worse than usual. What the heck? It's a rough debut for you, especially given the debuts that your other mates have had. No, Sexton isn't doing well here, but he has race wins. I haven't really thought of a canonical explanation for why this person is here, other than because the organizer brought her here. I might think of some sort of canon, maybe like, obviously, being tied to me, here in 12th. But, Now, that car ain't gonna do anything here. When it's with the top 150, when everything else can get to like 180 or more, yeah, that's not gonna go well. In this section, but that's it. I could have made like 4 or 5 different maneuvers there if I were driving this car. X3 is in third. Alright then. I guess he's finally getting used to his cars. His BU being his car of choice finally. This car is just so much faster. It had another gear still, and it was already doing 185. See you later at that. I'll hide that. Struggle around these tracks for me. As I'm not really surprised by that. Oh, suddenly Alex. Heck. I mean, I can't say his car is broken now. It's perfectly balanced. It has less handling, but good job. You have 3 laps. If you're that much faster, you can get around him eventually. So I guess you'd say his cars like auto or gearhead or the muscle class, I guess. Here's the heavy class, and then GT cars like this one are the sports class. This is twin mill. Even though twin mill's up there, this is twin mill. Actually, this is like 40 something because that thing doesn't get too fast either. It just gets there quickly. Six years is the golden class. Notice also the water just kind of clips in and out of existence for a second as they go past there. Oh my goodness, Swoopy dear. Oh. Auto uses handling to get back around Alex at some point, and yeah, see you later. Some train action here. X3 attacks, interesting. Can he stay in that position? And furthermore, can he get Madison? Probably not. That one Vert also just decides to just not be happy about being passed. Still on the struggle bus here. And Alex has left the building. Let's got to 197. That's 15 miles an hour faster than Auto gets. And these cars get 170. I don't even know what I get. Probably 150 at most. Vert and X3 are still in this battle. Boing. I don't know how a car like mine handles that at all. Yeet. He knows it better than anyone else, honestly. Or it seems to have mostly largely evened out at this point. Alex is basically halfway to the next track at this point. And Otto leads a 5-car train around the course. So, you know, pretty good ways away from any of that. Windmill. Ryan has some damage now, apparently. Madison thought about it. Ryan's doing more than thinking about it, he's just doing it. On the final lap, and Alex is in area 51 right now. Vert is attempting to close in on the not prototype car. Sort of leaving Madison to her own devices. Just kind of hoping she can keep. I'm assuming she's hoping she can keep the alien, the robot, and the narrator behind her. Especially now with well, 16 Needles and Twin Mill and Blossom have also caught up with this group, I think. He sort of separated Burn from the group by getting around him and then being slow through a corner. Act4 is still within striking distance of literally the entire rest of the field. Basically, because Alex hardly even counts at this point. Alex is all the way out in Stun Truck Driver. Madison thought about attacking Vert. She's kind of still thinking about it. still thinking. Oh, she's too decisive, apparently. Oh god, even Scooby-Doo is beating me here. This is preposterous. X3 is still hanging around, but you just, again, just not close enough to, like, pass. What's the thing? Despite being it was a higher class at the time of like 2010, it doesn't really have any kind of advantage or disadvantage. It's really the same car. It's like minor differences between the two groups. The GT2s and GT3s. The GTR is, well, clearly not better enough, but in theory is a lot faster because it was technically a GT1 when it was a thing. Back in 1996. X3 attempt something, or is he just gonna sit here? I think he'll go for the sit here option. Vert almost thought about auto. We're getting around him anyway. 16 nose on Blossom. Looks like that's done with. Now take your time, Scooby-Doo, my word. Alex is 1. Auto, I think, might be leading the points after this one with this second position. Thanks for 3 Madison, bringing home impressive finishes, 4th and 5th. Twinno in 6th, and what seems like a car that can either be in 1st or in 12th. Depends on how well it's driven, I guess. And has to wait for me and that to finish. Which they just did. Okay, then. There's a room there, Twinno. Try again later. Now we've completed America, and we move on to Spain for a singular race. I think that name, that's the chassis name there. I believe it's supposed to be Scuderia Ferrari 70th Hybrid. Because these things actually have hybrid engines now. They don't sound like it, but believe me, they have a hybrid in there. Blossom just immediately flooring the gas pedal. You have pole! Well, maybe Gearhead won't wreck himself on auto this time. I think Alex is gonna win another race here, unless these two do something crazy and don't hit each other. There's a jumbled mess back here. Hang on, what's going on? I'll be slightly better suited to this track, only because there's actual corners here and not just wide bends. Oh. I saw that stopping. No, just Blossom getting ejected to the bottom. City Angels and Blossom have spent a good chunk of time together on the racetrack in the last few races. That's some sort of rivalry going on between the two. Maybe he doesn't like her methods, even though, like, 16 Angels doesn't really want to talk about that. Well, unfortunately, Gearhead, the one person ahead of you is the only one in a faster car than you are. Other than Otto, apparently. I feel like it would take more nerve than skill to drive a tiny little Formula car like that in a group of GT cars and the like. Super just holding Blossom behind it. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen like that, XT3. And goodbye. Speed. And once again, Alex has laid claim to that win. I'm not really sure that there's anything these guys can do to stop that either. And no, those two are not in the exact same car. One's in the 458, Danny, and then Ryan's in the 488, which is the newer model. And therefore likely also a better model as well. Another good brain lapse there. Actually, they're still showing that he has the faster car in a straight line, but doesn't quite have the talent to make this finish, or finish this pass, it seems like. Oh. Madison wanted to get past Trinwell too bad, and Ryan Stormer, she's like, nope, thank you. Gearhead leads a 4-car train down the second half of the course. Meanwhile, Alex is already in England, basically. And this is why Alex would be the one that, if I did that F1 idea, I'd name it after him, because he is the one that seems to be the best road racer. Yeah, past that for about 12 seconds and I'll be dead again. Example. It's like she threw past him, I didn't really pay attention there. I don't think he'll be getting Otter. Otter? Who is that? Otto or Gearhead? Yes, Otter Von Diesel, that's a new one right there. Up there with Jack, or Danny. So in other words, it could be the same podium, but with Vert instead of, or with Gearhead instead of Vert, because Vert's down in 13th. So BD is still just blocking Blossom from progressing. I have passed that again. You know, until they get on the straightaway and then I'm dead again, but that's beside the point. I thought about apparently passing X3, but I think even AI realized that would be pointless. Help. Madison was, not fast here. And where'd they start? That's about right. Ryan and Angels are too wide, right behind Twin. No, that's probably something to watch in the rearview mirror. The reason I picked that particular design, by the way, even though that vehicle that he is comes in red, it's the only one between the two colors that had a number on it. But it's something that I tried to do for everyone, but I couldn't find a number for Swoopy-Doo or Alex's cars, but everyone else does have a number. No, actually, I tell a lie. This one doesn't. It had liveries that did, but the Prototype 12 is canonically orange as well, if you ask me, because of how those Velocity X. Yeah, it's purple and road race, but there weren't even any purple liveries. The only one there was like a blue, like a royal blue a little bit, or something like that. I don't really know. Color types, I just know, you know, color names like blue, red, yellow, green, orange, whatever. Okay, Alex, since I'm trying to keep it at the same track. Well, that was a little close to the line, but I still beat XT3 to 4th place. And minus Blossom and Super Doo, everyone was pretty close to each other there. So after 3 races, yeah, Alex is of course leading. Otto with only a 4-point gap, so if Otto wins and Alex doesn't even get a podium, then that's the lead to him. So I guess this point system was the way to go, because literally not only has everyone scored, but also everyone has still has a shot to win the thing. I'm mildly sleepy, so I will not be recording a second episode, or definitely not a third or fourth tonight, because it's Monday morning, or Monday evening, and it will be Tuesday morning, or it is Tuesday morning. I'm just dumb. And yeah, that'll be all.